Hey there everybody, hope your day's going well. Jakarta Old School Game here, and welcome back to, well, a slightly different start to Thoughtful Thursday. So, actually, like I said, I want to share, how my longest damn mistake of using OBS trying to record off of the Dazzle using, older consoles. And yeah, as I said, I thought that, 1 second desynchronization was normal. But as I started recording, longer and longer Let's Plays, I realized the audio's getting more and more out of sync, so that, that slight desynchronization at the start can't be right. And I'm just starting with, the settings I normally have for Morrowind for a desktop record. And yeah, I have to have the mic muted, because, well, honestly, I wouldn't use it. And there would be an echo whenever I record on desktop. But anyway, so I followed instructions from another YouTube video on how to use the Dazzle to record, but their settings were just way the hell off, and actually the settings I was trying to use is what caused the audio desynchronization. Who knows? Maybe whatever that video was indeed the right one for that version of OBS and that version of Windows. I mean, this is Windows 10. For some reason, OBS refuses to update, but, I mean, it's definitely a more recent version than whatever was used previously. So, anyway, okay, so the name of the scene, which is, I'm just gonna name it Dazzle Record. Okay, and right now there's nothing, but, so, let me, or do I have to do it here? Oh, okay, no, I'm doing things right. You have to start in the scenes, Dazzle Record, and then a video capture device. I'm just gonna nail it Dazzle DVC 100, because, hell, that's what it is. And, yeah. And, oh, there it is, but where the hell's the sound? First, we're just gonna click OK. You have to click OK on pretty much every single time you change something. Control F to make it fit the screen, so that way it's not that tiny little box from before. Then, let's see. The device, leave as is. Don't need to deactivate it, you want it active. Let's see, configure video. If I just click on that, NTSC_M, that's default for me. And then, yeah, pretty much all the default is just fine. So cancel that. Okay, let me get out. Because anytime you change something, you need to hit OK and then come back into settings. Yeah, thank you, OBS. And then resolution, FPS, type, just default, color space, default. I'll get to audio in just a minute. I mean, color range default buffering, I usually disable that. Because why the hell do I want a buffer when when I want to see exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it? So, okay again. Bring this back up again. And then, let's see. Don't want to flip vertically. I guess apply rotation data from camera, if any. Whatever. But, yeah, the audio output mode, capture audio only. That, just leave it. Leave it as is, I think. Because, yeah, changing that is what caused the desynchronization before. So we configure the crossbar. Go to audio decoder out and audio line in. Have to do it in that order, and then I don't have any audio. Son of a bitch. Hold on, why do I not have any audio? Or, is it direct sound? Maybe, have to go back into crossbar. And then audio decoder out, audio line in, apply. No? God damn it. I hate doing this, because wave out, then? Okay. Still no audio. What in the hell is going on? Apply. Okay, what the f***? this was working before. What in the hell's going on now? And one thing you'll definitely have to do is go into the control panel. Okay, I'm not sure what in the hell I did wrong, but yeah. Okay, so after making sure it's okay, I guess maybe it is use custom audio device. I don't know, but output desktop audio wave out. That works, and that works, and should be able to hear the sound as well. Because, for some reason the audio isn't recognized in OBS through the dazzle. I'm not sure why, but I can tell a computer can easily listen to it, as we can hear as the NP's AI is going through the different games here. But we can hear it. Now, there was supposed to be something that you have to go into DVC 100 settings and make sure you can listen through the device. Let me look that up, because I know it has to be there somewhere. Okay, I found it at last. So you have to go into the control panel, hardware and sound, then under sound, manage audio devices. Then, oh no, it's recording. Yeah, so the line, Dazzle DVC 100 audio device, and you have to go into properties, and listen, and make sure listen to this device is checked. I spent a while trying to figure out how in the hell to do that, but yeah, finally, and now that is done. Hold on, I need to close out of everything. And who knows? That was honestly my longest mistake of thinking that I had things right, but actually I didn't. And hell, maybe someone can learn from it. I mean, hell, I could have re-recorded, I had, 6 episodes of Super Mario World, and then, with First Gen Pokemon, I had about 19 core episodes, 6 PokeTalks, and 2 Stadium episodes. But, I figured, just, leave it as is. I do not want to have to re-record it, because then, honestly, it would just feel more scripted than anything, and, I don't want a scripted feeling. I just want to have fun. Yeah, maybe, I've definitely played these games before, but I mean, hell, right now I'm doing, still grinding First Gen Pokemon, so, but I've never actually beaten it. And then, with Morrowind, I played a lot, but I never really got into, beyond the Bitter Coast, so, I mean, yeah, with, Super Mario World, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and Super Mario 64, sure, I beat those before, but, I mean, it's been so long since I played them that, hell, that's essentially, what I went for. I just to have fun, and play some old games that I had beaten before for nostalgia's sake. Or, nostalgia's sake, not a steak. And hell, there was the whole problem of me having the, issue with the video formatting. Yeah, I already talked about that in Intermediary Vlog 3. It was essentially I was trying to, re-render the videos through the editor into a completely different format, which is what was, causing such a long, processing time for my computer to completely render it out, because I was literally changing the format. That's essentially a short summary. Hell, if you want to hear the whole story, go back and watch Intermediary Vlog 3, where I went into full detail about it. Hell, doing this has essentially been, a long learning process. I'm sure there's still more I can learn, hell, you know what? Shameless plug right here. Why in the hell is no one following me on Twitter? I mean, that can definitely be something to learn. Because, I mean, it's just, I have, 4 followers on Twitter? Why does no one go over to follow me there? I mean, I do post occasional updates. I'll make the, a weekly tweet based on what I've watched. Well, somewhat weekly. If I'm doing catch-up, then once I've fully caught up, then I'll post a tweet just saying, hey, I watched something, and here's what I thought about it. But, new stuff that's coming out. I mean, hell, This Thoughtful Thursday is gonna be June. I think, yeah. This Thoughtful Thursday will be for June. So that means next month I'll be, like tweeting every single week about the next core for Bleach: The Thousand Year Blood War, the next season for Mushoku Tensei. I mean, hell, even recently, at least for me, I'm not sure if the what the Swordsmith Village arc for Demon Slayer is still going, or if it's finishing up by the time this comes out. Yeah, but usually every Sunday, sometimes a little later in the week, just depending on how either good or screwed up my weekly schedule is. I'll say, hey, I just watched the latest episode of Demon Slayer. Here's what I think, and I'll be doing the same when the next core of Bleach comes out, the next season of Mushoku Tensei, and I don't know, maybe some other stuff. I can't really think of anything else right now off the top of my head that will be coming out that I'll be watching episode to episode, waiting for it to come out week to week. Yeah, with all that, said and done out of the way, my little rambling there, let's get to the comments. Okay, looks like we're starting with Wei Chun again, who left a comment on Pokemon First Gen, episode 16, The Rarest of All, saying Rukia will be a game changer. Yeah, I like how you put, the name I gave to the Pokemon, not the actual name of the Pokemon, specifically Mew. I like how you used the name I gave. Yeah, Rukia is definitely a game changer. I mean, it is, goddamn, that Mew Rukia, so unbelievably powerful. I always enjoy whenever it's like, okay, what's next in rotation? Hey, I gotta bring Rukia. Now, back to Snorlaxer yet again. Like on Facebook, there is, like, if you comment on a page a number of times, you can eventually get a top fan badge. I almost wish I could give something like that to Snorlaxer, because Snorlaxer commented on, it was, Thoughtful Thursday 6, working the night shift. Snorlaxer says, love your content, I'm gonna be a Gen 1 PokeTuber soon. Now, when you left that comment, I figured, okay, you know what? Let me give you a little advice. Just some things that I've done. Oh boy. I'm gonna need to bring up the screenshots I took, because shortly after you left that comment, I was recording an episode of Morrowind, and I'm just, you know what? I'll make a couple screenshots for you, just to be nice. Let me find out where in the hell those screenshots went. Alright, I found it. So, I mean, yeah, this is technically Morrowind, not Pokemon, but, I mean, same logic applies like when I'm trying to edit things together. So, first and foremost, like, the split audio and video tracks, because, personally, just because I am so ungodly soft-spoken, I mean, hell, my camera can hear me, but it barely hears me. So I have to raise the decibels of the face cam me by 5 decibels every single time. Hell, even with this. And then like the game audio, I actually reduce it just a smidge, just so that I can actually be heard. And it kind of helps to balance out. I increase myself, lower the game. Really, the only time I like drastically altered the game audio was back in Conker's Bad Fur Day, when on that turret, as I'm listening to the gameplay, or as I'm, watching along and editing bit by bit, I realized, holy crap, that machine gun is loud, I can't hear what I'm saying at all. So I, just reduced the game audio for the duration of using the turret, and just, okay, now I can finally hear myself. Oh, and as you can see up in the top right, up here in the top right corner, I call it, it's Morrowind episode 80, complete version 1, with, the different files. It's Morrowind episode 80 face cam master, Morrowind episode 80 gameplay master. And, I put those there, and then track 1 is, just anything that I would want to insert, whether it be, like, pictures, or actually I had to insert my, me as my future self, saying, hey, past me forgot to say something. That happens plenty of times, but, so, for the most part, that top track is empty, but every now and again, I'll want to put in, like, my shameless plug right here, Twitter. I have the Twitter logo, have, any pictures I want to add, things like that. Now, I can, of course, add more than 3 tracks, and hell, I use Pinnacle Studio, which is definitely not the most popular, but, hell, it works for me, so, whatever. Right, okay, then, after, complete version 1 is rendered through, I have a final version, where I make the time lapses. I could technically do that with the first version, but a couple problems with that. First off, I would have to do that for four different sections. One video, one audio, one video, one audio. And, God, no. I don't want to do that. Screw that. Yeah, and plus, there are plenty of times where it's like, okay, I want from here time-lapse, and I don't know where I want to end the time-lapse. Sometimes I'll cut out parts of what will be in the time-lapse. So I'm just, okay, well, cut that out. And if I did the time-lapse in the complete version 1, then I would have to do some weird math on, okay, how much exactly is getting reduced from here? Because I don't do like an automatic, I don't do like the automatic editors, like, oh, this is the time-lapse. I manually stretch. And so, just stretching one track versus 4 tracks makes it a hell of a lot easier. I mean, hell, with time-lapses, Morrowind is just full of time-lapses. Like, pretty much every single episode has a number of time-lapses. I think my record is like over 20 time-lapses in one Morrowind video. And hell, back in Super Mario 64, I did do a time-lapse once when I went back to the basement to get the second star from the Mips, the rabbit down there. And then, with First Gen Pokemon, it's going to be a while before any time-lapse, but I did put a time-lapse in those arrow tile floors, because it's just, wow, this is going to take forever. You know what? Time-lapse it. And then it's quite a bit quick. Well, I still had to, first play in real time, then wait for the editing when doing complete version 1, had to wait in real time, but then put in time-lapse, and it's just, okay, that's much better. Oh yeah, and I'll also put my my personal logo right there, just because, I like it, and, it's always down the corner, which, since I versed this one, it's gonna be over here. Yeah. Yeah, and, it's just my own little flair, I guess, on the video. One thing I will say is be careful, okay? Because, there's a difference between emulation and ROMs. What I do is emulation. I have... Oh, I should turn this off now. Yeah, but, I have the 64, I have the Stadium cartridge in there. And then I have, the 64 controller with the transfer pack in there. So it's all emulated. And that is, Nintendo sees that as perfectly fine. Even though they wouldn't, like, if I needed to purchase some of this stuff today, they wouldn't make any money off of it, but it's still like a name brand recognition thing. Thing is, ROMs are technically illegal. And, at least in my research, no one has ever actually been taken to court for using ROMs, although there have been cease and desist letters sent out. Hell, I think I mentioned it in the Wild Wednesday that just went up, would be yesterday from when this comes out, but yeah, with my luck, I would be the first person to be taken to court for using ROMs. I would, that's just how my luck is. Usually it's better safe than sorry. Hell, even if you don't have a 64 with Stadium and, whatnot, you can find, like, some kind of recording, like something you can USB plug into the computer, then plug, like, into this, and then, record that way. I'm sure there's something out there. Honestly, I'll probably be looking at something like that sometime in the future, but right now, I don't need it, so no point in wasting the time and the money right now. Just be careful, and, hell, good luck with getting being a Gen 1 PokeTuber sometime in the future. Hell, whenever the hell I finish with First Gen Pokemon, I'll definitely get started on recording for second gen Pokemon. But that's a long, long ways in the future, especially with how long it's taken just to grind right now. Yeah. Yeah. That's not something I need to worry about for a long, long time. Okay, now, back to the comments. Yeah, so Snorlaxer left a comment on First Gen PokeTalk 5, a fortnight without recording, and there was a reply even from Milo Rourke. Milo Rourke? That's a difficult name to get out, at least for me. Hell, Milo, I'm sure you've lived with that name your whole life, so it's easy for you. And anyway, so Snorlaxer says, good trades, with Milo Rourke saying agreed. Yeah, the trades between if it was just red and blue, it'd actually be a pretty straightforward trading. But when throwing yellow into the mix, all of a sudden it becomes a balancing act. Just, okay, what can yellow not get? What can red not get? What can blue not get? Now try to balance it out, so eventually everyone will have all the Pokemon. Technically I still haven't finished, but I mean, hell, red and blue have 2 left to capture, yellow has a 3rd. Yeah, so it'll eventually happen one day, someday. Anyway, okay, so Wade Chun, coming back to comment on Thoughtful Thursday 6, working the night shift, saying, I am the same way, I need silence when I sleep. Yeah, honestly, that really is the best thing, because, like, your subconscious is always looking out for threats. And if you have a bunch of noise that would drown out the threats, your subconscious is not going to let you have a very restful sleep, so to speak. You can have, like, white noise. There's something with white noise, or, like, maybe waterfalls, but honestly, that kind of thing, like, should be on a timer, not just going for, like, 8 hours or so. That way, it eventually shuts off, and then your brain will actually let you get a decent night's sleep. Wei Chun should also be able to get a top fan badge, because, well, you've been commenting quite a bit as well. It looks like we're going back and forth. This time, Snorlaxer commenting on Pokemon First Gen Episode 18 Vermilion City, saying, watching now, we love these. Yeah, well, hey, I'm glad you love it, and I hope you'll stick around, because, yeah, like I said, there's a long, long ways to go. I mean, honestly, like, just from what I have recorded, I've gone through about a quarter of what I have. Well, right now, I mean, a little over a quarter by the time this comes out, but, yeah, grinding is a bitch. How many times am I going to say that? Now, Wei Chun, well, comments first on, First Gen Pokemon 18, Vermilion City, and saying, the team is coming together nicely. Yes, well, it was then, and hell, I mean, like I said, only, 2 in red and blue, and then the same 2 in yellow, but also a 3rd in yellow. Yeah, the team is pretty much almost complete in my timeline, just the grinding. God. Okay, I'm gonna stop mentioning the grinding. I've mentioned it way too many times. Okay, then, Wei Chun commenting on, Pokemon First Gen PokeTalk 6, getting ready for a cruise, saying, I've been waiting all week. Yeah, well, I mean, it's every week, every Saturday, guaranteed one more video. Wild Wednesdays and, hell, these Thoughtful Thursdays once a month, so that way I have enough time to get everything else done that I need to get done. Not just Morrowind, the thing I decided not to mention, because I've mentioned it way too many times. Yeah. Okay, and finally for now at least, Nif Teheri left quite the comment on Pokemon First Gen PokeTalk 6, getting ready for a cruise. And Nif says, I hope you enjoy yourself, man. I don't usually watch vlog-style videos, but since YouTube recommended you to me, let's get you some watch time. It's nice to hear someone talk with genuine glee about a topic they enjoy. Gonna be listening while I study for exams. Oh, hey, awesome! that is awesome, and hell, like if you're listening to my stuff while you're studying for exams, all the better. Just if you don't mind, just a little bit of advice. Don't stress about the exams. Like, as you're going down the questions, like, especially in multiple choice. It was back in high school. There was this one teacher who's, like, handed out the tests, and then, like, everyone answered, but then everyone started switching their answers. And then he said, oh, by the way, well, after, like, okay, by the way, every single answer is C, because it was like a multiple choice, A through E, but every single answer was C. And so many people changed their answers because everyone thought, oh, there's no way in hell it can be C. Sometimes it can be. Yeah, needless to say, I didn't do well on that specific test, but then, well, I don't know. I don't know how long it was down the road, like, a bit later down the road, I was doing the test, and it was, again, multiple choice, and I noticed there was a lot of A's and a lot of E's. I'm just, well, I'm leaving it as is, and when going through the test, I actually skipped a couple different questions, just because I wasn't quite sure, and hell, you can do that too. Like, if you are not 100% sure about what the answer is, skip it and come back to it later, at least if you have time. Rather than wasting time worrying about one question, just, skip it and then come back to it later if you have time. Yeah, but, that test where, there was a lot of A's and E's, and I skipped a couple, then I went back to them and just, I'm leaning a little more towards E on this one and A on that one. Then, about a week later, I was talking to the teacher, and I'm just, there was a lot of A's and E's on there. And he even just said, yeah, you're one of the few people who passed it. Oh, wait, one of the few who passed it. How many people failed? How many people have to take a makeup? Eesh. Yeah, so, always trust your first instinct about what the answer is, and if you come back to it and, like, hell, let's say, like, all the answers are C, then just leave it, because that might actually be it. Now, that's it for comments. And I'm just shouting out any comments that, I can actually respond to. There's been a couple where I'm just, what the hell? How am I supposed to respond to that? And so I don't. Simple as that. And, it's in the order that at least YouTube says that they were left on one of my videos. It's not as though I'm checking every single hour throughout the day. It's just whenever I have a free minute or two at home, I'll check and see, okay, are there any comments? Yes? No? Okay, if there is, yes. Okay, then take a screenshot and save it so that way it can eventually be given a proper shout out. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for this Thoughtful Thursday, and honestly, I have no idea what I'm gonna do for the next Thoughtful Thursday. I don't know, I'll try to come up with something, but, I mean, hell, if you have it, if anyone watching has an idea for a Thoughtful Thursday, hell, anything goes, just put it in the comments section down below. If I can talk about it for at least a decent amount of time, then I'll do that, and yeah, that'll be a future Thoughtful Thursday. And, well, in the meantime, I'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, hit that bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. And of course, have fun.